Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Children, in a previous class, we have studied about combination of capacitors, in which I have explained you about series combination and parallel combination, and also we have completed the mixed combination. Now, today we are going to study about a fresh topic, which is energy stored in a capacitor. Till now, we have studied only about capacitance, but now the primary thing which is a capacitor is responsible for all about is about energy storage. So today we are going to study how we can calculate the expression for energy stored in a capacitor. So as you can see that uh, we are going to start with the expression V is equal to W by Q. हमारा सेकेंड चैप्टर का जो फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला हमने पढ़ा था वो था इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल इज इक्वल टू वर्क डन अपॉन चार्ज. सो दिस एक्सप्रेशन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज फॉर द डेरिवेशन in which we'll make Ws our subject, that is work done as a subject. So W is equal to VQ, because later on we'll say that this work done has converted into energy. Now when we store charge in a capacitor, then obviously we cannot store the entire charge at once. So one by one we'll put the charge in the capacitor. So instead of taking Q as Q, we'll take it dQ, that is small charge. So when it becomes dQ, W becomes dW. Okay, and as we know that since C is equal to Q by V, we can make V as subject, so V is equal to Q by C. So we'll put this expression in our formula, that is dW is equal to V dQ. So we'll get dW is equal to Q by C dQ. Now to make dW W, we'll take integration. So when we'll integrate it, it would become W is equal to 1 by C integration of Q dQ. Okay. Then as per the formula of integration, since the power of Q is 1, so we'll add 1 to it, so it becomes Q square, and we'll divide it by 2. So hence W would become W is equal to half Q square by C. And later on we can say that this work done is converted into potential energy, hence U is equal to half Q square by C. Now this is the first expression for energy stored in a capacitor. However, there are two more expressions. So what we can do is we can use a trick over here to learn those expressions. आपके expression में जो भी first expression है उसको आप ले लीजिए और उसका formula आप इस फॉर्मूले में रख दीजिए. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन आर एक्सप्रेशन U is equal to half Q square by C. Q is the first variable. So what we can do is we can put the expression of Q over there, and we'll get a new formula for potential energy. So what we have done is, as you can see in our derivation very clearly, that I have taken the formula C is equal to Q by V, then I have made Q as subject, which is Q is equal to CV, and then I have put this value in our expression of energy, which is U is equal to half Q square by C. So when you will put the value of Q, that is CV, it would become U is equal to half C square V square by C. We'll cancel one C from the numerator and the denominator, so we are left with U is equal to half CV square. Now again for the another expression, again same trick you will use, that is the first variable is C in our expression, so we'll take C and we'll put the value of C in the same expression, that is, as we know that C is equal to Q by V, so we'll put this value in our expression of energy, and we'll get U is equal to half, instead of C we have written Q by V and then V square. So one V would be cancelled from the numerator and denominator, so we are left with U is equal to half QV. So these are the three expressions for energy storage, that is U is equal to half Q square by C, U is equal to half CV square, and U is equal to half QV. Now after completing the topic of energy stored in a capacitor, we are going to start a new topic, which is energy stored in the combination of capacitors. So obviously there could be many capacitors in a combination. It is not necessary that you get only one capacitor in a circuit. There could be various number of capacitors in the combination. So there could be a series combination, or there could be a parallel combination. So we are going to calculate the expression for total energy in series and parallel combination of capacitors. first of all let us start with series combination. So as we know that in series combination 1 upon C equivalent is equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3 and so on till 1 upon Cn. So what we'll do is we'll multiply both sides by half q square, both sides. So as you can see our expression would change and it would become half q square by C equivalent is equal to half q square by C1 plus half q square by C2 and so on till half q square upon Cn. And in a previous topic we have studied that half q square by C is actually the expression of energy stored in the capacitor. So the final expression would become U is equal to U1 plus U2 plus dot dot dot, that is any number of capacitors till Un. Now let us start with parallel combination. In parallel combination the expression for equivalent capacitance is C equivalent is equal to C1 plus C2 plus and so on till Cn. What we'll do is we'll multiply both sides by half V square. So we'll get a new expression, half C equivalent V square is equal to half C1 V square plus half C2 V square and so on till half Cn V square. And as we have studied in a previous topic that the expression for energy is U is equal to half Cv square. So what we can do is instead of half C equivalent V square we can write U, instead of half C1 V square we can write U1 and instead of half C2 V square we can write U2 and so on till Un. So what we will notice is that in series combination as well as in parallel combination it hardly matters that what I mean the expression for energy stored in a capacitor would never change. Even the expression for capacitance, equivalent capacitance is different in series as well as parallel combination. Still the expression for total energy stored in a capacitor or combination of capacitors would remain the same. It hardly matters whether it is a series combination or a parallel combination. Now let us study one more topic which is related to energy. It is energy density of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so as we know that density is always mass upon volume, but it is energy density, hence it would be energy upon volume. So for energy density we write small u, for energy we'll write capital U and for volume we'll write capital V. For energy we can use any expression. We have three expression for energy stored in a capacitor. Out of that I have taken half Cv square, okay, where V is potential over here, divided by volume where V is volume in the expression. Now again U is equal to half Cv square upon, instead of volume we can write area into D, where D is the distance between the plates of the capacitor. Okay, and later on in the expression again we can put the values of C and V. So C is capacitance of a parallel plate capacitors, hence it can be written as epsilon naught A by D, whereas V is potential, so it can be written as ED. Now after cancelling whatever it is cancelled in the expression, as you can see I have done in the derivation, like for example A is cancelled by A itself, and then D square is cancelled by D square. So we are left with U is equal to half epsilon naught E square. So this is the expression for energy density of a parallel plate capacitor. Note one more thing, if in case there is a doubt in your mind that how instead of V we have written ED, so I have done a small derivation separately for that to remind you how we have written V is equal to ED. सिंस माइनस ई इज इक्वल टू डी वी बाई डी आर, मैंने आपसे कहा था कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल के बीच में एक ही रिलेशन होता है, दैट इज़ माइनस ई इज इक्वल टू डी वी बाई डी आर. So instead of taking D, we will take it directly E is equal to V by R, and we are ignoring the negative sign. So instead of R, if we will take D, because R means distance and here distance between the plates of the parallel plate capacitor is taken as D. So it would become E is equal to V by D, hence V is equal to ED.